We're gonna release the dogs?
We saw the wild boar a couple of times passing by. I hope they're gonna get him. And of course, we're gonna cook him and eat him with a lot of wine.
It's a storm coming, and I think we're gonna have to go back and drink and eat.
Basta.
Beautiful. They are absolutely gorgeous.
Eric!
Good to see you. I brought the spinach.
Oh, ravioli.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay.
It's extremely exciting to be in New York City and to run the restaurant, but you still need to come out and be inspired by nature. Whatever I'm absorbing right now here has an impact, and it's inspiring, and it will be translated into cooking later on when it will be the moment for me to create. On today's show, I'll introduce you to Vincent, le Bernardin saucier, and I'll share with you the importance of big flavors in cooking. We'll go on an amazing adventure to hunt wild boar in Tuscany and experience traditional Italian cuisine from the kitchen at Villa Bordoni. We'll end up in my own kitchen, and I'll show you that sauce is the foundation of flavor. We prepare the sauce for lunch and dinner every day. And behind something like that, it's a lot of work, passion, and knowledge going into it. So we are going to visit the station where we make the sauce, and at the head of the station is the saucier. His name is Vinny. He's with us for 22 years. Let's go. Vinny, what's the hardest aspect of your work? Is it physical? Is it mental? Is it because you have to wake up early in the morning? Well, what's the thing that you think is the hardest?
To me, it's mental.
It's mental?
Yeah, because you are thinking all the time that you need to get the sauces the way they should be. And if they aren't, I mean, you as a professional, it's not good for me to come in and 2 days a week and hear the chef saying, well, this is not right, this is not right. So
I never say that.
no, I'm saying it's not good.
Okay.
So I try to, as I say, every day is a challenge for me. It's more mental. I want to try to do it better than I did yesterday.
When I started at Le Bernardin, Vincent was in charge of making the soups, and he was on the other side of the stove. And his soups were so amazing. I thought he would, I thought he would be a great saucier. And saucier is something that people have or don't have. It's a gift to be a saucier. And Vincent has the gift, because a lot of cooks can be very technical, be excellent with their knives, season properly, cook properly. But the sauce, you have to have that special instinct. And before you trust someone to cook with something expensive, you have to have someone who has trained on something more basic, like vegetables going into a soup.
I love doing stocks and soups. They're linked both together, and for me, this is just an extended version of doing my stocks and my soups, and I try to perfect it in the best way that I can.
Yeah, that's breakfast.
This one here is a bamboo shoot sauce. We're simmering the sauce, letting the flavors come out, the ginger and the bamboo. We don't want nothing that's really overpowering. This one is ready to go too. We're gonna add the pomegranate seeds to it. Not too much, because you don't want to kill the flavor of the sauce. Just enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's ready.
Yeah, we got it, huh?
Yeah.
And to wake up in the morning, is it difficult? Or you don't care?
It is.
Because
like-
you come so early here. You come what 6:30?
Yeah, it is, especially in the winter. I mean, I'm from the Caribbean, so when it's like 15, 20 degrees outside, they come and the water is streaming from my eyes. I was like, no, I don't know how I do it.
Because when Vincent comes, he's the man who lights the stove. The kitchen, it's freezing cold here. And he's the first guy to arrive and start all the fires, burners everywhere, and warm the kitchen up. The heat, does it bother you or you forget now about it after so many years? Do you find that challenging to be so close to the fire? Because
It is in a way, but as I said, thinking about the sauces, at the end of the day, when the sauces are made, then you really feel the heat for me.
yeah, the color and the consistency are nice.
Nice, yeah.
What we are doing every day before lunch and before dinner, we are trying all the sauce that Vincent has made, and we comment on the sauce. And we make sure that we all agree that the flavor profile of the sauce is what we desire to complement the fish.
I like the balance of the ginger right now. You know, the ginger's got a nice.
It's not too strong. This one is really good. I tell you, that broth today. Tuscany is a region of Italy that has a strong tradition of food and wine. Fresh local foods of pork, game, beans, olives, mushrooms, and of course wine are combined to create big, earthy flavors. Located in the Chianti Hills halfway between Florence and Siena, Villa Bordoni is a hotel and restaurant that cherishes the Tuscan tradition. Our host, David Garner, will introduce us to this culinary culture, starting with the trip to hunt for wild boar. Eric. Hi David, how are you?
Very well, welcome to the Bordoni.
It's a fantastic place, it's amazing.
Thank you very much, thank you very much. I'm sorry about the weather.
Well, the weather is okay.
You've got the right boots on, man.
I put the boots just in case.
We better get going before it starts raining again. We have about 35, 40 dogs.
That's a lot of dogs. Buongiorno, tutto bene? Buongiorno. Eric.
The fellow that shoots the wild boar
Yes.
gets the liver of the wild boar.
So the liver is the delicacy of the wild boar.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by all the dogs they have here. And it's a hunting club, so I guess everybody's bringing his dog and then they go hunting for the wild boar. Beretta?
Bernardelli.
Bernardelli. Questi no. They're not very big, huh, those dogs?
No, because they don't have to fight the wild boar.
They don't have to fight the wild
They just have
boar.
to frighten it.
Those ones are just to find them.
Fine.
I'm ready for the wild boar. I don't know if the wild boar is ready for me. Prego? Ok. Numero uno? Ok, Morina. Andiamo, Morina. Il cinghiale.
Okay, Eric, we're going to release the dogs in just 1 second.
We're gonna release the dogs?
We're going to release the dogs. If they have to go into the undergrowth to look for the wild boar.
Okay. So we... I open?
Okay, yeah, you can let go.
Okay. Okay.
They know where they're
Andiamo,
going.
Mari. Andiamo. Okay. So we follow them?
Io voglio che sia, digli a loro laggiù in fondo alla stradellina più facile.
They left already. Hunting wild boar is hardcore, as you can see and feel. You really got lucky, with that storm.
With the weather, yeah.
So they think we're gonna see one? Wow, he was huge. That one was a very big one. Well, I just saw like a black ball running so fast. It's incredible the speed that those wild boar have. And it's very impressive. It lasted like 10 seconds and he went boom, like that. Really, huh?
saw the boar, but let me tell you, I don't want to have a close encounter with that animal. He was running so fast. They should have give us a gun.
Yeah, really.
Well, this is not a walk in the park. It's rough, and we saw the wild boar a couple of times passing by. I hope they're gonna get him. And of course, we're gonna cook him and eat him with a lot of wine. Bye. That much water in my boots. Let me tell you, I was looking for a tree. You seriously think about climbing a tree. That's what you do when you see them. If you don't have a gun.
The last time I was here, they killed 5 in one day.
5 in one
Because
day.
there were 60 hunters.
60
hunters all in
and
the same
with all
forest,
those dogs. And
closing in on them.
you really have to be careful. I mean, that thing goes fast.
They're frightened, so
If
they
it
were
gets,
charged
if it gets you
they
with
charge
those long teeth
Yeah,
that they have,
they
it's
could gouge you badly.
you get your
They're not like a
I love that tradition of hunting and then cooking it and partying together and socializing. This is really cool.
It's a real McCoy. Now we go back to the kitchen and we make a nice ragu.
I love to do
A nice
that
ragu and a nice wild boar stew
with Francisco.
with Francesco Fino.
Okay, we'll do that. It was a very intense experience, and you don't have intense moments like that with a combination of being in the middle of the woods, having the rain on you and the storm on top of your head, and then having a wild boar coming at you, running at an incredible speed. As intense as it was, I just loved it. It was really something like you don't experience every day. All my senses were very aware because of the adrenaline, I guess, coming up. And I love the ambience with the dogs and the guys, and all that lifestyle around it is very interesting. Buongiorno, Francesco. Eric. Yeah, the beautiful kitchen. Huh?
It's much smaller than you're used to, Eric.
That's the rolls of the kitchen.
Yes.
That smells good too.
Questo è un soffritto, praticamente sto preparando un cinghiale
Un cinghiale.
in agrodolce, in dolce forte. Il dolce forte appunto è una preparazione classica che viene fatta in Toscana, dove il cinghiale viene prevalentemente prima messo in marinatura con del vino rosso, delle verdure e delle spezie.
So you boiled the red wine before.
Yeah, before you marinate the meat in it.
It's two ways of marinating. One is to put the raw wine and to let it with the meat for 48 hours. And the second version is to boil the wine and have the wine already cooked to take the alcohol away.
And this is cinghiale in dolce forte.
That cinghiale to me looks much better than the one this morning in the woods.
It's less angry.
Much more at peace.
Yes, at peace with itself.
We'll see you in a bit, Francesco.
Thank you.
We come back, yeah, of course. I'm living this experience is definitely going to be changing something later on in my creativity. Right now I am kind of a sponge and I'm absorbing the culture, I'm absorbing the lighting, the ingredients. I'm just enjoying it. And I know that somewhere, and I don't know when, but in terms of cooking, it will come back into a recipe in a certain way. And I cannot really define how the light in the sky ends up in a plate, but it's just all those experiences in life that I accumulate definitely give me a certain, maybe we can call that a cooking wisdom. It has been an evolution in the way I cook because of the experiences like that. David. Thank you so much.
Real
Cheers.
pleasure. Thanks for the
Chin
company.
chin. That was a real adventure.
It really was.
Thank you. That pasta looks fantastic.
We earned it today.
Oh, we totally earned it. I mean, that cingale.
Nearly got us. At least that's what we'll tell our grandchildren.
I'm ready. It's fantastic. This is real cuisine, huh? No bullshit here. Pure pleasure. The cingale is really flavorful,
And moist.
and the pasta absorbed all those flavors together. It's just a great dish. Incredible, really. I love Tuscany.
Me too. Viva, viva Toscana. E viva
Cheers.
Grazie.
Cheers, Francesco. Thank you. I mean, when I eat, it's not like I always think about the life of the chicken or the life of the wild boar or the life of the fish. But as an overall experience, I always have a certain appreciation. I'm thankful to what life brings to me. And those animals that have been shot, the cingales that have been shot, I will, in my own way, pay homage to his soul by celebrating and eating and enjoying the flavors. And it's always about enjoying, celebrating, respecting the world where we are today. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's not raining in New York today. You remember in Tuscany, that trip with the cingale and all the rain? Well, that inspired us to cook a pork loin today. So we have a beautiful organic pork. We are going to go under the loin, go back like that, and then guide the string and make sure that I'm giving a nice shape. You see it's becoming round. We are going to saute the pork. The idea is to sear it to give a very, very nice color. So I'm going to season with some black pepper, of course some fine sea salt everywhere. It's important to sear the meat because basically all the juices are going to stay inside. You encasing the juices inside the flesh, and we are going to sear it on the fatty side. It's going to take about 15-20 minutes. So I'm making sure that I'm searing the pork on every side. Since it's a round piece, you have to make sure that, and I don't know if you can see it, but here this brown color means that we are searing the meat properly. And while is it cooking, I'm going to take care of the mushrooms. The stem can be used if you do a stock later on, a chicken stock or a soup. They will give a nice earthy flavor to the stock. We have some oyster mushroom. I'm going to cut here. We're going to open it and separate some of the ears delicately, gently. Now, the meat has been almost everywhere, nicely colored. I will cover it, lower the heat a little bit, and let it cook. For the mushrooms, a little bit of vegetable oil in a pan and a little bit of butter. A bit of salt on the mushrooms. That will help to release flavors and the water from the mushroom. A clove of garlic. That is going to bring a very, very nice kick to the mushrooms. I always like to cook with shallots. It's a bit more precise to use shallots when you want kind of a delicate oniony flavor. Now that the pork is halfway cooked, I'm going to put some garlic cloves with the skin on. The skin is going to protect the garlic, so it's going to be kind of steamed and very sweet, almost like roasted garlic. So you can see the mushrooms are starting to caramelize. When you caramelize the mushroom, you really
creating more intensity, and you will have this very earthy flavor coming out of the mushroom. I'm gonna add a little bit of thyme, some rosemary, bay leaf, some sage. I'm gonna rub it like that. All the oils come out, the flavors is coming out. Vincent at Le Bernardin, when he's using fresh herbs, most of the time he's adding them toward the end of the process because, again, he doesn't want those herbs to develop too fast. So he's really anticipating the power of the herbs that he's using. I'm going to remove the pork loin and we're going to let it rest. When I say we're going to let it rest, it means that the meat has been kind of stressed by being cooked, so it got very dense. And by letting it rest, the meat goes back to almost its natural consistency. So here we have the garlic. I'm going to make sure that it's cooked, nicely confit. It's soft inside. And we're just going to bring it to higher temperature and deglaze with a little bit of white wine. Let it reduce. Now I'm adding a little bit of chicken broth. And I'm going to taste to make sure that the seasoning is right. I need a little bit of spice, a little bit of pepper, some salt. And we are going to remove the string. And you see it's pretty easy. I'm going to slice a few pieces. And you can see all the juice is coming out. It's very uniformly cooked. The mushrooms are going to go now in the jus. All the flavors now are combined together. It smells really, really good. We are going to add the mushrooms and the garlic. And I keep it in the skin. It's okay. You just bite to it and the garlic will come out. A little bit of the jus right here on the meat and around it. Let me grab the garlic. It's very rustic. It's very earthy. It's reminding me the hills of Tuscany, that Cingalli hunt. The pork has been cooked very gently with a nice sear on the outside, so it's enhancing the qualities of the pork. The herbs have brought a lot of power to the jus, and it's really an harmonious dish. Santé, cook from life.
You know, Michael Corleone got it completely wrong. All business is personal. Eric calls up and says, let's play. I play. There's certain people in your life who call you up 4 o'clock in the morning and say, meet me on the corner of Avenue D and 4th Street and bring a handgun and a stolen car, a tarpaulin and some duct tape. You don't ask why, you just go.
Sex, drugs, rock and roll and food. Today my guest, Anthony Bourdain. And everything is on the table.
Yeah.
When do you start to have problems with drugs?
Any illusions I had about being the next Paul Bocuse, chances are there were chemicals involved in that. From age 13 or 14 on, me and my friends defined ourselves by not just what records we were listening to, but what drugs we were doing, okay? So I arrived in college at age 17, like, where's the coke and the acid and whatever else?
And that was already fashionable?
No, we were sort of ahead of the curve on the cocaine thing.